Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Brainbean here again, back with yet another gaming keyboard video for you. Today we're going to be taking a look at Thermaltake's newest flagship keyboard, the big, the bold Thermaltake Level 20. And Thermaltake actually sent me an extra one of these to hook up one of my subscribers. I'll have all the details of the giveaway for that located down in the description below. But for now, let's go ahead and check out the Level 20. Starting as always with construction and design, the Thermaltake Level 20 is a full-size 104 key mechanical keyboard. The first thing that jumped out at me taking this board out of the box is just the sheer size of this keyboard. It's huge, and in a time where slim bezels and minimalistic footprints are all the rage, I found myself scratching my head a little bit over the choice to have 1-inch bezels all the way around the keyboard. I suppose it's a stylistic choice, and for better or worse, this board certainly doesn't play it safe when it comes to aesthetics. I was impressed with Thermaltake's last keyboard, the X1, as they really started to show that they're willing to play ball in the peripheral space. With their latest board, it looks like they really threw caution to the wind and just went for it this time. The Level 20 is big and bold in its design with tons of RGB and an unconventional chassis, including the unnecessary but stylistic cutout in the middle of the board. The Level 20 sports an exposed switch design over a 2mm thick aluminum top plate that's mounted onto a plastic casing. Despite this, the board is actually a lot lighter than it looks, and it does have a moderate amount of flex when mashing down on the middle of the keyboard. But the overall quality of the construction of this keyboard does feel on par with most other gaming keyboards. If you haven't already noticed, the Level 20 is packed with RGB goodness. The board of course has full per key 16.8 million color RGB across the top of the keyboard. There's the light bar that splits the middle of the face of the keyboard, and lastly there's a light bar that wraps around the side and back of the keyboard for a total of 32 independent lighting zones. The light bar on the face of the keyboard I can certainly see being a bit distracting, but you can change it independently if it does bother you. The lights are controlled by Thermaltake's iTake gaming engine, and this must be like the third or fourth software I've seen Thermaltake release with their keyboards, so at least they're constantly improving on it, releasing new softwares. The software offers a bunch of lighting presets for both the keyboard and the underglow. The presets themselves are pretty standard fare and all the expected effects are there. In addition, there's also a music mode, and you can use Razer's Chroma Connect to broadcast in-game effects with Razer Synapse to Thermaltake products. The Level 20 is available in 3 different switch types. You can get it with your choice of Cherry MX Blue or Speed switches, or Razer's own green switch. The Cherry switches look great paired with the exposed switch design with their clear switch bodies. My only real complaint is that they don't offer a tactile option like Cherry MX Browns or even Razer Oranges if they want to go with that partnership. But if you want clicky switches, I'd personally recommend the Razer Greens over the Cherry Blues in terms of overall switch feel. Believe it or not, Razer switches actually have come a long way, and they have a much more crisp click than the Cherries, just kind of have this crunchy feel to me. That being said, cosmetically on this board, I like the Cherries look better, and on an RGB heavy board like this, it really goes nice with those clear switches. And now the part you guys have all been waiting for, here is a quick sound test of the Cherry MX Blues on the Thermaltake Level 20. The Level 20 uses ABS keycaps that have a nice smooth texture to them, although they will show greasy fingerprints pretty easily, but the font is clean and crisp and all of the secondary characters are well illuminated. The underside of the board has 5 rubberized pads and 2-step extendable legs for 3 total angles of adjustment. The cable is a nicely braided cable, but it's a bit thick as it ends in 2 USB connectors and a 3.5mm audio connector. Now this is to accommodate the USB and audio pass-through that's located on the back of the keyboard. Additional features include RGB-enabled dedicated media keys with a volume scroll wheel, dedicated buttons for game mode, brightness control, and Windows lock, 1000 Hz polling rate, and 100% anti-ghosting with full N key rollover. The board also comes with 11 extra keycaps and a plastic keycap puller. These keycaps are made of ABS plastic and they have a metallic red finish to them. Now these keycaps are for the characters Q, W, E, R, A, S, and D, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm kind of surprised that F didn't make the cut on this one because I feel like that's still a really common key for MOBAs and for gaming in general. Nonetheless, having some tangible extras like this are always appreciated. The level 20 comes in anywhere between $139 to $149 depending on the Switch type. Now I think it's a reasonable price for what you get, and I for one appreciate that Thermaltake took a chance and did something bold and different. And even if you don't like the look of this keyboard, I think you can appreciate some originality in a time when most boards just look like they all come with super safe designs. To that point, I definitely think the level 20 is going to be a polarizing design. You'll either love it or hate it. It's a big board reminiscent of the flagship gaming keyboards of 10 years ago, and the size could certainly be considered a negative depending on your preference. I also think if they were going to make a board this large, they might as well have just added some dedicated macro keys to complete the ensemble. I could just be salty though because WoW Classic is right around the corner and I've been looking for a good keyboard with some dedicated macro keys. Obviously, for those of you that like clean minimalistic designs, this is not going to be your keyboard. But for those of you that want that big in-your-face gaming keyboard look, the quality and features of the level 20 make it a great choice. Well, that's it for the video, guys. Like I said at the beginning, I am giving one of these away to one of my subscribers. So obviously to enter, just make sure you're subscribed to this channel. Give the video a like to show your support and let me know in the comments down below what you think about the level 20 keyboard. I'll be announcing the winner on my Twitter at Brainbean Gaming, so make sure you're following me over there. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Good luck with the giveaway, and I will see you in the next one.
As always, guys, so good luck with the next one.
God damn it.